Hi guys, this is Andrey here again. I'm here with a quick update on the property. We put in new egress windows across all the spaces that are going to be part of the bedroom, and it brings so much more light in here. It's just amazing what transformation does to the space when you walk in and you have two big nice windows in here. And so both the two bedrooms here have really big windows. 1 and 2. We build a 2x6 wall around here for proper insulation, and we getting very close to starting the addition of the house. See, it's not quite convenient, but yeah, we have a temporary wall to kind of close off the space and hold off some of the weight of upstairs. Yeah, that's just some light coming up from the patio door for the deck upstairs. We still have the stairs in here. Because we don't have an entrance yet to the downstairs. There's the patio door. We closed off the window in the wall here, and there's a really big space here that was meant, it's actually looking bigger than I expected, for the dining area. And then we're doing a kitchen on both sides, there and there. On the other side, it's going to be the kitchen. Here we have the not finished yet wall here, so there's going to be the bathroom in the back, then a utility closet here with the washer dryer, and so we have a lot of the drywall already up. One thing we didn't notice here, well, so those are all somewhat newer windows. Don't think I have the year on there anywhere here. I couldn't find the actual year, but we didn't notice that this one, that's a two-pane glass panes. That's not even a vinyl window. That's literally just two pieces of glass sliding. So we'll have to replace that. Another couple $100, so a new window would cost usually around 350 plus minus, depends on what exact size you get, and single hung, sliding, vertical, horizontal, that kind of stuff. That's the wall here that's going to be removed. No, actually this one should probably stay. Right, this one stays. And this one gets removed. We're gonna have a door to the extra bedroom there. So I'm not exactly sure why we left this still open. We could put the drywall there. I don't know. I have to ask the contractor here. And otherwise, yeah, we have the ceilings are all patched up, getting ready to be primed. We passed the inspection for the LVLs, so they're all closed off and mudded. Again, we're waiting here to close this part of the kitchen, simply because we don't have any other way to get to the basement or the lower unit. And actually, I'll take you guys out, show you what does it look like right now for the actual addition. Yeah, we got some gravel here already, and a big mess. And here we have the mini excavator with a big hole. Should be about 14 by 12, and some extra space for drainage. So they're gonna dig a hole for drainage to go to. Right. And let's give you a look at, yeah, there's a huge puddles here, and here's the actual house. This is all gonna be internal walls. Then we're gonna add the foundation right here and close it off. Insulated with a 2x6, built with 2x6s and just insulated with fiberglass. We did the spray foam for the rest of the house, since we didn't want to fur out the walls or replace them or any of that stuff. It just makes a lot more sense to just use closed cell spray foam. And yeah, we got the, yeah, so that's the window that we closed off. We just haven't done the actual siding work on it yet. And we have here, those are the old meters, and we've moved them over here, so those are the new meters that just haven't been plugged in yet. Yeah, that's where the old panel used to be, right underneath there. So yeah, still quite a bit of work to be done here, probably about 6 to 8 weeks of work here. Then we're gonna start, even before that, once it's presentable, we'll start showing it to tenants and get some people in here. The location here, it could work for a family, it could work for professionals, it could work for students. There's a ton of buses on the street here. So we're expecting very decent rents in here, and we're not sure whether we're gonna actually sell it or hold it and what makes sense. And it's my first JV with an investor, and I don't know if we structured it properly, so we'll see what makes the most sense, whether it's selling it to a turnkey investor. That's something that I'm looking into, because I'm still yet in the growing capital kind of position. So the way I see it, there's different positions that people have in real estate. There's those who are making very strong income, talking about 100, 150, 200, 300,000 and more. Those people usually tend to want to just invest in passive income. So they would buy stocks, they would buy real estate that needs no work, no attention, none of their time. They're already busy with whatever they're doing that makes them very good income. And so those guys will usually look for the turnkey properties, right? And I haven't seen any decent, or I haven't heard of any decent turnkey providers in Halifax, and that's still one of the affordable markets in Canada. So I think that's a great opportunity for me to build up a turnkey provider kind of company. I'm going to be taking care of the management, the construction, the maintenance, and everything else. Of course, taking some premium for that, but still looking into the double-digit returns for investors, and that's not even including the appreciation, which Halifax is an interesting thing, interesting market for appreciation. We literally see close to no appreciation for about 8 to 10 years, and then over 2 years we see those 20-30% increases. Basically the market is catching up, and then it stops again because it's getting flooded with properties, and the prices have gone so high that it doesn't make a whole lot of sense anymore. And then they cool off for another 10 years or so. And the interesting thing is, it looks to me like we're about to hit that next increase. So I'm trying to basically liquidate some of the properties that I've bought, even though I was interested in buy and hold initially. It makes sense to me to sell right now. The market is getting pretty hot, seller's market. We're seeing lowered inventory, properties, especially if they're not overpriced, they're just about right, not underpriced either. They're selling really within a week or two. So that's what I'm thinking. And as some other people that I watch mentioned, that most sellers, they usually catch up to the condition of the market and the prices and other stuff only about a year or two afterwards. So we just entered that rise in prices, that seller's market in Halifax. So I think that's a great opportunity to buy a bunch of properties. So again, I'm trying to liquidate my assets and buy more, trying to find more partners to partner with. And I'm basically not looking to be like, I would usually be somewhat conservative, considering that someone is just bringing cash to the table kind of thing, and that's about it. But in a market like that, you gotta work fast and you better have something than nothing. So I'm trying to kind of back off on what I would be willing to kind of share with an investor. And so I'm almost looking basically at 50-50, even though you're not doing anything beyond just bringing the cash. But 50, especially if I can get a bunch of deals under contract, over the next 2 years, I could pocket quite a bit just from that. And while someone else is benefiting from it to some degree more than I do, but getting stuff for free, right? I still do quite a bit of work, and that's why I'm also looking into getting into this full time and not kind of double dipping into a salary and a construction company and managing properties, and there's family on top of that. So I'm going into this full time as soon as I have some kind of savings set up to actually feed my family while I work on all of those properties. Because again, each project right now is taking us about 6 months. With me full time, I'm hoping it's gonna work quite a bit faster, because I've seen literally weeks where close to nothing has been done, and that's part of working with a contractor. The only ones that I've seen that actually I've been told that they were on time and they were working constantly and all that stuff, those guys were usually charging insane rates, literally insane rates. So you're basically forced to be either all the time over budget, over deadlines, or pay quite a bit more, which again defeats the whole purpose and reduces the profits and increases the risks and other stuff. So it only makes sense for me, I think, to start my own company, to hire some guys full time. I know that there's enough work for them, and be there, be on top of it, have the time to actually show up on a daily basis, look and plan the next steps, hire extra work where needed, and push those properties. My goal is really to get to about 90 days of property, and I'm talking about those kind of crazy renovations. Not all properties will need that much work, but usually those properties that are in that much distress are the good deals to buy. Anything that is literally just a small cosmetic, people just dump it at basically a full price, and there's no margins for error, there's no margins for a decent renovation. And while you can just do a cosmetic renovation to a lot of those, just doesn't make sense to me, right? We have a lot of properties here that are just older, have very weird layouts. This property, for example, had a 6x5 bathroom, and it had the door swing towards the toilet, and it had all kinds of weird layouts, tight layouts, a bunch of walls and a bunch of other stuff, and a lot of people are afraid of this, of you know, removing walls and other stuff. It's just $750 for a structural engineer to kind of put his stamps on it, tell you, yeah, you need 4-ply instead of 3-ply, 2x12 in here, and so forth, sign on it. You put the posts on either side, put the LVLs in. It's not a big deal. And it doesn't cost as much as other people, as much as people think, in my opinion. And yeah, well, this video is getting pretty long. As usual, I start talking and then I can't stop talking about anything and everything. So I'll stop here. I know a couple of you are watching it. I don't know if you get to that far into the video, but I would appreciate if you leave a comment or a like, so I actually know that some people are getting some benefit from those videos. And I'll see you in the next one.